This is Alistair from Blues in the Smoke with our feedback from Merseyside derby number 2 of the season. Finished Liverpool 1, Everton 0 at Mordor, Anfield. What are my thoughts? So, obviously we lost the game, but the main talking points are going to be the contentious issues, the refereeing decisions. Everybody under the sun wants to talk about Tarkowski's challenge and should it have been a red card. Nobody, it seems, wants to talk about the fact the Liverpool goal was offside. But and I think that's the main thing, is you're arguing letter of the law versus spirit of the law, because by letter of the law, James Tarkowski gets the ball, and yes, he follows through, and it's a hard challenge on McAllister. So you can argue the spirit of the law, because he's endangered the player, then that's why there's a free kick being given, a yellow card's been given, VAR's reviewed it, and they've stuck by the referee's decision. So he did get punished on field for that. The argument is the punishment wasn't enough. But then if you're applying spirit of the law to that situation, you then also have to apply spirit of the law to the Liverpool goal. Because the argument coming from that is that the goal was scored in the second phase. So Luis Diaz was onside in the second phase, which to me is nonsense, because the Liverpool player, I think it was Slavoslav, I could be wrong, has been playing the ball through to him. He's 3 yards offside, and he's played the ball to Luis Diaz. Tarkowski's stretched and come out of position to stop Luis Diaz getting the ball, not knowing that he's offside. And then the ball is broken back to a Liverpool player, who's then immediately passed it back to Diaz, and Diaz laid it off to Jota to score. So did Diaz and Liverpool, by proxy, gain advantage by the fact that Diaz was offside? Yes. Was it second phase? I can see why you would argue it was second phase. But again, you're arguing letter of the law versus spirit of the law. So you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, spirit of the law, Tarkowski has to go, but letter of the law, the Liverpool goal should stand. It's one or the other. You can't argue both ways in the argument. And that's the thing that's frustrating me, is, you know, it's a nonsense. It's a nonsense that VAR didn't even review the Liverpool goal, when you could see on the first replay he was clearly 3 yards offside. And we had one disallowed, and he's an inch offside, if that. They didn't even draw a line on the VAR review. They reviewed it for 3 minutes and didn't even draw a line on the pitch of where the last Liverpool defender, you know, they normally draw the two little lines. Didn't even do it. Just showed the replay for 3 minutes and then went, yeah, disallowed, offside. Everyone move on. And if I'm honest, I think he probably was an inch offside, but an inch at most. Didn't gain advantage by being offside. The Diaz was clearly offside by like 3 yards and gained an advantage by it. So it frustrates me that the Liverpool goal stood, in the same way that Liverpool fans would be frustrated that Tarkowski was still on the pitch. Forget the decisions. Liverpool were the better team and deserved to win the game. So not really complaining about the result, but the manner of the moaning and the stuff that's going on afterwards, just everyone needs to like get take a pill and just chill for a bit, because, you know, game's over. There were bad decisions on both sides. We all move on. Title's done, relegation's done. Premier League's no longer interesting unless you are a Forest, Chelsea or City fan for those Newcastle for those last Champions League spots. Everything else is boring now. Up the toffees.